Ereignisse rausfischen muss, anhand deren ich Zeitlinien rekonstruiere. Also das ist, es ist ja, prinzipiell ist ja alles parallel gleichzeitig da. Ne? Und es gibt keine Lebensvariante, die nicht existiert, sondern alles existiert parallel gleichzeitig. Jede Wirklichkeit,
Entschuldigung kurz. Ecker. Entschuldigung, hier, die Polizei ist gerade da. Die Polizei ist gerade da. So. Ja.
Und jetzt?
Mach mal bitte auf. Ja, ich weiß nicht, was los ist.
Das ist doch gerade ein
Ich weiß nicht.
Guck mal, wir haben vorhin über Angst gesprochen.
Moment, hier ist gerade die Polizei, bricht gerade die Tür auf. Polizei! Ich will die Hände sehen! Auf den Boden! Auf den Boden! Runter, beide! Runter auf den Boden! Geh runter! Zwei Personen hier! Am Boden liegen bleiben! Wie sind Ihre Namen? Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie? Ich bin Andreas Noack.
All right, Shalom. Call Allah, Yahweh Basham, Yahushai. Double honors be to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Basham, Yahushai, Barakatham to the hopefully elect. All right, so, just straight to the point. This is a video saw from one of the elders. He did a lesson on it. And long story short, because I don't want to get too deep, on a plantation, limited time. So, but basically, long story short, all right, this is a guy, pretty much, I believe his name is Andreas Noack or something like that. I believe he does videos on YouTube, and this was during a live stream. He this guy, his home got raided by the police. All right. This is over there in Germany, and I'm not aware of all the details 100%. And pretty much the allegations against this guy, something along the lines of, because over there in Germany, they're pretty much setting up new rules and laws and things of that nature to quote unquote fight this enemy, the C-19 enemy. And supposedly this guy, again, these are all allegations. I haven't looked into this 100%. But supposedly this guy is was something along the lines of, maybe he was like helping, because they got protests over there in Germany, and supposedly this guy was helping out protesters, which, again, over there, what's going on, they got new laws, setting up new laws and things of that nature, and supposedly pretty much they deemed this guy somewhat like an enemy to the state, or enemy to the government. This is similar to, if you've seen the video not too long ago, about this woman. She was pregnant. I don't know if it was over there in Europe or maybe the UK. I'm not 100% sure. Came out a while ago. But this is similar to that account, if you know what I'm talking about the woman. Maybe it might have been over there in London. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember 100%. But that woman, that she was pregnant, and supposedly she had the local authorities come to her home, and basically, because she made a post on Facebook, and again, they deemed her, and pretty much like she was inciting or a riot or something like that. So they pretty much deemed her an enemy to the state, something like that. Along the lines of that nature. This is something like this is kind of a similar case to that. But the point being, again, long story short, point being is, Okay, because the time is coming where the Israelites, and more so the prophets, and I believe wholeheartedly, the more so the men of Great Millstone, all right, truly believe sincerely that these are the prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai. These are the men that Yahweh Shemel Shai set up to pretty much the real leaders of the nation of Israel, all right. But nevertheless, all right, because they they're going to come against all Israelites, whether you're in the truth or not. But nevertheless, again, the point of this video is to just give like a little glimpse of what's going to be taking place in the very near future, because again, somehow, somewhere they're gonna deem the Hebrew Israelites domestic terrorists. All right, everything that's pretty much going wrong or gone wrong, they're gonna blame us. All right, and this is why they've been building up their case and putting the propaganda out to demonize the Hebrew Israelites. All right, because again, the time is going to come where, all right, that great insurrection of those that fear Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, again, even more so the prophets. All right, this, like I said, this is like a small glimpse of what's going to be taking place, in the very near future. All right, kicking in doors and things of that nature, dragging people out of their homes. All right, but again, even more so to come against the Israelites, the prophets, the men of the Lord. All right, like this says in the second Esdras, all right, it's going to be made known who the men of the Lord are in those days. All right, and again, just to show a little glimpse of what's going to take place in the future, because again, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and all the men on down, being given a warning of these things that are going to be taking place. All right, and just a few precepts. Like I said, I'm on the plantation, and gotta kind of breeze through this. Yahweh Shai, he warned us of these things that that's going to be taking place. All right. So I'm gonna go to Matthew's the 10th chapter. I'll read all these. Starting at the verse 16. Matthew's 10 and starting at verse 16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." All right, because again, looking at that video, you can see the guy's demeanor. He wasn't, he looked a little shook up or whatever, but as far as on his actions, he didn't wasn't really aggressive or anything. And again, it had me thinking about like when Yahweh Shai, when they grabbed him up, they would, they do all type of false claims. All right, they hired people. They pretty much hired people to, bear false witness against Yahweh Shai, and all these other things to make it look like Yahweh Shai was this bad individual, this bad troublemaker, But nevertheless, all right, understanding that Yahweh Shai knew and understood what he had to do. All right, he again, he kept his composure. All right, he didn't get out of line. He didn't get out of character. All right, self-discipline, and showed humility. Again, even though he got snatched up, they were beating him and everything. All right, they were talking shit to Yahweh Shai, and he didn't. Again, he didn't get out of line. He didn't get out of character or anything. All right, and again, that's out of all the examples left in the scriptures for us to learn from, all right, our big brother Yahweh Shai, he was the greatest example. All right, he is the greatest example for us to learn from. All right, because again, the time is going to come where they're going to be snatching us up, and some brothers are going to be getting locked up, thrown in concentration camps and things of that nature. All right, we're going to be dragged before or court judges, and just all type of stuff, and again, that's why it's best for us to like it says in Romans the 15th chapter, learning from learning from these things. When you read in verse 17, it says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues." So you see, again, because they're going to be the same thing with Yahushua. All right, they're going to be, hiring other so-called Israelites to bear false witness against us, and just do everything in their power to make it seem like we're just these bad characters and bad individuals and things of that nature. All right, they're going to throw all type of false accusations against us. All right, throwing us in front of these corrupted judges and things of that nature. All right, it says, "And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles." All right, and again, actually, it says it in the 19th verse. It says, "But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak." All right, so again, because again, certain brothers are going to be getting snatched up and thrown in the back of police cars and locked up in jails and holding cells and things of that nature, to be brought before these court judges and things of that nature to give account of things that we've never done. All right, and again, when that hour comes, for whoever that lot falls upon, all right, hey man, at the end of the day, the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna put the words in our mouths, that which He wants us to speak. All right, to for whatever reason, maybe to condemn, to be a testimony, all right, to prophesy something to particular people, or whatever the case may be, all right. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, it's going to be the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai that's going to put the words in our mouth, that what we must speak, that we're going to speak, maybe to prophesy the downfall, or whatever the case may be. Verse 20 says, "For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you." Yeah, so again, at the end of the day, it's going to be the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. He's going to put the words in our mouth, that which we must speak. It says, "And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death." Yeah, because this is why it talks about not being too attached to the things in this world. All right, the apostles and elders, they're constantly pushing to basically spiritually detach you from this place, and because anyone that loves your mother, your father, and anything like that more than you love Yahweh Shem Shai, then you're not worthy for the kingdom. All right, because again, it might be those same individuals that you love and cherish so dearly. All right, they might be the ones to give you up at the end of the day. A close friend that you grow up with, a childhood friend that you grow up with. All right, because the scriptures talk about how in these days, man, friends are going to become foes. They're going to become enemies. All right, and this is why, again, we gotta, like I said in the 16th verse, being wise as serpents. All right, just being careful on how you move and how you walk. Who you talk to, who you hang around with, who you associate yourself with. All right, especially now, man, when they got all these contact tracers and basically all these snitches and whatnot. All right, people are just now in the business of being nosy and things of that nature. You got a lot of Israelite camps out here that they push the law. You gotta wear your fringes and this and that, when you pretty much making yourself a walking target. Again, that's not walking with wisdom. All right, like I just read it here in the 16th verse. All right, you got to be wise as serpents. Careful on how you move. You don't want to become an open target, right? Verse 22, it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth till to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come." And again, this is another one of those things that the apostles and elders, the men of great millstone, all right, start with the apostles and elders and all the men on down, all right, because again, Other Israelite camps, they teach that, there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble. All right. You got the one camp, ISUPK, they teaching that Jacob's trouble. They say that Jacob's trouble is gay. All right. But nevertheless, man, again, the time is going to come. All right. And this is something that our elders, they've been teaching us and warning us about. Some of us are going to be pilgrims, living off a grid, bouncing around, moving around from place to place. All right. And, especially when these things take place and they start kicking doors in and things of that nature. All right. These things are going to be taking place. All right. The Lord just might have it to where, when them troops start coming through the neighborhoods, all right, might just might make it a way for you to escape somehow. And, you might be on a run or whatever the case may be. The possibilities are endless. All right. But nevertheless, it's just in some brothers' lots to, get, yoked up, grabbed up. When you read verse 24, it says the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. So, yeah, again, like I said with our big brother Yahushai, all right, just using him as the greatest example. Just look at what happened with Yahushai, he got grabbed up, yoked up. All right, they beat him, spat on him and everything, but he kept his composure. He didn't, get out of character. He took it. He took it like a man. Because he understood. And again, this is why these things are left here for us to learn from. To give us comfort. Because someone who doesn't have the understanding of these precepts, man, and once these things start taking place, they start kicking doors in and things like that. People, they're not gonna know what to do. They're not gonna know what's going on. All right, that day's gonna be a day of mass confusion. All right, but again, nevertheless, man, these things are bound to take place. So I'm just gonna get another precept in Revelations 2:10. All right, it says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." Again, why is that? Because the Spirit of the Comforter is here to comfort us, to guide us, all right, to warn us of these things, to give us comfort that, no matter what happens, at the end of the day, the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai is going to be with us. Lord's will, where we're, of those that is written in the book of life, Lord's will. It says, "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried." So, because again, when that day comes, man, it's going to be the ultimate test run. All right. That's going to be a test of our faith, because again, it's written that some brothers are going to be getting locked up, and forced to either take that vaccine or, take the mark of the beast or face certain death, and again, it's going to be it's going to be to our testament, for the elect, of course. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And, that's just a certain amount of time, a period of time. It could be 10 days. It could be 3 weeks, a month, 2 months. Might be a couple of days, few hours, we don't know. But nevertheless, these things are bound to take place. All right. It says, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So again, like I said, it's written out for certain men. They're going to be put to death. They're going to be martyred for this, and, now is the time to, be, self-examining, like the apostles and others, they always say, because you got a lot of Israelites, they think, they pretty much taking this for a joke and not really fully understanding what they're getting themselves into. All right, because you got Israelites, man. They're Israelite groups and camps out there that are pretty much in that mirth spirit, that joyful spirit. Got Israelite camps talking about building up communities and things of that nature. All right, trying to establish themselves in this kingdom, when this is not the time, man. This is not the time for that. like I said, you got Israelite camps teaching that there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble, right? But surely, man, these things are yeah, I mean, just look at what's going on now with the whole Operation Warp Speed. All right, they're talking about pretty much once they get this Emergency Authorization Act passed, all right, having vaccinations available for all America within 24 hours. And it's only a matter of time once that happens, when they actually start giving out those vaccinations. And that could very well be the time of Jacob's trouble, which a lot of these camps they're talking, they're pretty much scoffing at. They're not preparing their congregation for, all right, Jacob's trouble, all right. And they were talking about with those vaccinations in Operation Warp Speed as soon as December. So, it could, hey man, Jacob's trouble, it could very well be taking place around December. Just have to wait and see. But nevertheless, man, these things are bound to happen and they're going to take place. So I'm gonna just get this in 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, all right? Because again, they're doing these things to people that aren't, not even the truth. How much more, the men of the Lord and the prophets, 2nd Ezra 16, starting at 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." So you see, because again, the day is going to come, man. All right, here it is. They're putting the propaganda out now. People that aren't wearing face masks, all right, pretty much looking at you like you're crazy, like you're the crazy one, all right, deeming you like a conspiracy theorist, right? And again, even more so once they start demonizing the Hebrew Israelites, because we speak against these things, all right. Slakia, we speak against the mark of the beast, them them tripping people and things of that nature, and even with the vaccinations, all right. And we speak against these things, and again, very soon, man, it's going to get to a point where you speak against anything that the government has to say, you're going to be deemed a domestic terrorist, all right, a threat to the society, Very soon, the Hebrew Israelites, they're going to be public enemy number one. All right. And there's going to be boundaries out. You're going to have different, what do you call it? Oh man, I forgot what you call it, but different, like, oh man, basically, like the SEAL Team 6s and Green Berettas and stuff like that, they're going to be sending people out. There's going to be bounties out for the men of the Lord. You're going to have people traveling from different countries and things of that nature to hunt the prophets and things of that nature. Stuff like that's going to be going on. All right. Everyone's going to, even on a lower level, like, different militia groups. All right. You might have just a regular Joe, just a regular civilian. He might even be affiliated with the military or anything. Just a regular person. He might recognize you being one of the prophets. All right. And he might, try to get that bounty. He might try to seek your life. That's how bad it's going to get for the men of the Lord. But, again, it's going to be a test of our faith. All right. But nevertheless, because again, the time is going to come in when these different military groups, all right, martial law troops and whatnot, all right, they're going to be, coming after the men of the Lord. They're going to be kicking doors in and things of that nature, dragging people out of the homes. All right. When you read on, it says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." Yeah, because, again, this is going to be a test of our faith, because, it's easy to say now, I'm not going to I'm not going to take that vaccine. I'm not going to take that mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. I'm not going to partake in none of those things. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done until you have these different martial law troops kicking in your door, all right, pulling guns to you and your wife's head, your children's head. You know, if they're holding guns up to everyone in the family, you know, that's when it's really going to be made known. Well, when you read on, it says, for they shall be in every place, and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Because, again, man, very soon, all right, you're going to have military troops patrolling in the streets, in your local streets, you know, your local cities and your local streets. All right, you're going to have military policing up and down the neighborhoods. All right. But eventually, you know, because, you know, because this could be another factor that causes what it talks about in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, the sedition among men, you know, the uprising of the people, more and more riots and protesting. All right, because as they clamp down more and more into society and you know, more and more draconian measures are taken. All right. You know, the people are going to become more and more restless. And, you know, I always say this, you know, you're going to start having more shootouts with the police and things of that nature, the military. There's going to be live shootouts, live round bullets and things of that nature. This stuff is going to be taking place. All right. And this is why it's going to get to a point where, you know, eventually, man, they're just going to say the hell with it, man. And it's just going to be full-blown martial law and people, you know, they're going to military tanks just rolling through the neighborhoods and helicopters and all type of stuff, drones, all right, searching people out, looking for, you know, quote unquote domestic terrorists and things of that nature. All right, this is a part of that insurrection that's going to be taking place. It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So you see, because even more so, they're going to be looking for the prophets, the men of the Lord. And this is what, you know, we need to be preparing ourselves for and getting ready for. Like I said, you know, self-examining time, you know, because, again, man, you know, it's a lot more than just calling yourself an Israelite. All right. You know, finish this out. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So you see, that's going to be when Jacob's trouble really starts. All right, that's going to be the test, the final test. All right, that's when it's going to be made known who you are in that time. You know, during that time. You know, because like I said, man, it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. You know, it's easy to say now, well, I'm not going to take the mark. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to partake in a beast. I'm not going to do any of it. It's easy to say that now when, you know, things are, you know, pretty much, you know, all hell hasn't really broken loose yet. You know, it's easy to say these things now, but, you know, when these things, when that flood comes in, man, you know, that's when the real tests are going to start. You know, that's when it's, you know, it's going to be, you know, you're going to have to, you know, really show forth your faith during that time. You know, because again, man, you got people that don't believe in what the prophets have been saying. Military troops and martial law, people kicking in your doors and stuff like that. People don't believe this stuff. You know, they don't think that can happen, especially these Americans. You know, because this is the home of the free, land of the brave, or whatever, you know. But little do these people know, man, they're about to find out things the hard way, man. These people are in for a very rude awakening, you know. So yeah, man, gotta get back on the plantation. You know, hopefully this was edifying. You know, just more things to expect to come, man. You know, the great hour of temptation, you know. So with that, I'm going to give all credit once again to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, I say shalom.